recovered a fumble at the 45. Play action fake, guns one. It is caught. Touchdown, Spartans. The middle, he's got her hit a scheme. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bixby. Rolls to his right to pressure as he throws. It's picked off. Interception. It's over. Bixby is the state champion in 6A Division II in Oklahoma.
Welcome into the Green Country Mitsubishi Bixby Spartan Coaches Show. Great week to talk about a shutout going on the road at S.C. Williams Stadium. We've got one more week to go in the district season, but this was a big game.
Yeah, very big game, and had a lot to do with playoff positioning heading in, and Booker T every year puts a great team out on the field, and we knew that it was going to be a great environment to play at S.C. Williams Stadium. Their homecoming, tons and tons of history. I know Jonathan Brown, their defensive coordinator, a former player there in the NFL for the University of Tennessee. I got to play against in high school, got to visit with him before the game, and so as a team we knew we were going to have to be prepared and have a great week of preparation and practice.
All right, let's talk about how you got that way. Communication Federal Credit Union Practice Players of the Week.
Yeah, absolutely. Two guys this week we want to recognize. TJ Stone. TJ is just a tremendous, he's a tight end, he's a defensive lineman for us, and a guy that came into our program having never played football from all of Oklahoma a few years ago where they didn't have football, and he's really immersed himself into what we're doing as a team. As well as Blake Behrens, son of Coach Behrens, our head 9th grade coach, but Blake is just a super diligent kid, gives us a great look every day in practice, and leaves no stone unturned, and then made some big plays in special teams on Friday night as well.
All right, so great atmosphere. We just talked about that. We got a big game coming up, but we're going to have highlights when we come back. The first half at Booker T.
The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Green Country Mitsubishi. We dare you to compare. Communication Federal Credit Union. Connection with you. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love for the game. Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Midwest Sporting Goods. Put some Midwest best on you. Jim Norton Toyota. Come experience the Jim Norton way. Car Country by Nelson, where you'll be treated like a superstar. Matthews Ford. Go further with Matthews Ford. Hot Coffee Design. Find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Roofscapes Exteriors, a roofing company you can trust. And by TTCU, the credit union.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Want to know how to get the highest car payment possible? By taking whatever loan rate you're offered and doing zero research. My advice, shop for a loan that's right for you. I'd start at Communication Federal Credit Union. We've very competitive rates, and right now, you'll roll off the lot with no payment for the first 3 months. Come to us first. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
We're obsessed with perfection and here for you every day. Standing up for Toyota quality, that's the Jim Norton way. And Green Country, you're our family, and our hearts will stand and say, we're overflowing with pride in Oklahoma. That's the Jim Norton way.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks, but not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Thousands of Oklahomans have relied on a roofing company who has built its reputation on trust. Roofscapes Exteriors knows that a roof isn't just a roof, and a customer isn't just a customer.
We loved dealing with the same point of contact from start to finish. The whole experience was just perfect.
A roof not only insulates and protects your home and family, it's nearly half of the visible appearance of your home. Contact Roofscapes Exteriors today, 918-364-ROOF.
We're back here at the Bixby Spartan Coaches Show, sponsored by Green Country Mitsubishi. First half, on the road, you're going to Booker T. We'll get to the highlights. Obviously, the Hornets always have a lot of speed and a really physical team.
Yeah, certainly. We knew kicking game was going to be an extremely important focus. They got a guy back there by the name of Rylan McQuarters, and we knew that we had to keep the ball away from him in our kicking game. We felt like we did a good job of that and got a little wind and started the evening with great field position, Mark.
Let's take a look at the first half. Ends in a shutout. See how we got that way.
So our defense comes out here, and you'll notice right up the middle there, Cody Adams doing a great job stuffing their running back. The quarterback tries to pull it down and runs into big Brendan Evers in the middle. Brendan had a big challenge last week. Booker T has a very good center. Coming out right here, Tanner to Nick Swanson out here over the edge. Then we come back and we run the stretch play behind the blocking of Bryce Bray and Josh Owens. We get a short edge there, and those guys doing a great job of getting great push, and Tucker doing a good job of getting those extra yards on those safeties and corners that are such good tacklers. Noah West on a great kick-out block there, running the power play up inside. And then the first touchdown of the evening right here, got the wide angle, but Nick Swanson does a good job of getting open in man coverage there. So get that defense out there once again. I tell you what, not much breathing room for the Hornets. The other night on the defensive side of the ball, Colin Farley, Cade Cannon in there on the tackle, just doing a very fine job. You see Kobe, you see Ethan Hall, those linebackers. There was some hitting going on out on the field on Friday night. Some physical play right there. Once again, Kobe and Ethan and Cade Cannon all in. Chandler Price, you'll see him right up there, this week's Player of the Week, doing a good job. We force a fumble right down here, and they're when they're deep in our territory, and that may have been the big play of the game right there, but Cody Adams recovering that fumble, which allows us to get the football back and dig out of a hole. You'll see Tanner right here completing the comeback route to Eric Calton-Watkins out over the left side, and then we come right back to Eric. They got a new corner in the game right there, and Tanner spotted that, and we took advantage of it until they quickly got him out, and then we come back and pound the inside zone play right there. You'll notice Josh Neerman from his left guard spot doing a good job of cleaning everything up. Tucker Pauley right there banging it up inside. He gets a little crease here over the left side. Tucker having a big night with 200 yards rushing, 198 yards rushing, and then doing a good job because it's tough sledding out there against that defense. You see number one, that Hornet defense rallying around. Right here, you'll notice great pressure. Chandler Price on the sack. What a great game he's having. So proud of him, a program player that buys into everything we do. Coming back right here, we run the counter play. Tucker does a good job of nestling in back behind Josh Neerman, and great pass protection all evening. Our offensive line did a fine job of picking up a variety of blitzes. Great ball right there by Tanner to Staten King on the slant pattern. We run the stretch play right here, and Tucker does a nice job of picking up the first down and then getting out of bounds without getting any unnecessary hits on him right there. We come back, we run the power play, pick up a yard. That was big for us right there. Tanner with the play action fake. Swanson right here making a great play for the second score of the night. So proud of Nick and the way he continues to grow. He went over 1,000 yards receiving the other night. The third year in a row we've had 1,000-yard receiver, so that's big for us. Colton Tafoya there from his corner position, making a great tackle, and you'll notice Cody Adams, physical player. All the years of wrestling and football has really paid off on Cody, and he's really coming into his own as a defensive lineman, and that takes us into halftime. Mark with a 14-0 lead.
All right, so we had a great game at halftime. We'll have the second half when we come back.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks, but not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers!
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
I'd heard of TTCU, but I didn't really understand the difference.
We really want everyone to know what's going on, what the process is. We have members that come in all the time just to ask us a question. It might not even have to do with TTCU. It just might be a personal finance question. The difference is simple. Everything we do is for the members.
Not-for-profit, member-owned, TTCU, the credit union.
Green Country Mitsubishi Buy One, Drive One sale going on now. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi. 2017 7-passenger Outlander, sporty with advanced safety features, only $367 a month. For 2 cars with 0 down. Plus the Rockstar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Online at gcmitsubishi.com.
Welcome back, and a 2-touchdown lead at the half. Booker T and the Bixby Spartans here on the Bixby Spartan Coaches Show. We take a look at halftime. You guys are feeling, I'm sure, pretty good about the way things are going.
Well, certainly we're glad that they haven't scored, and our defense rallied up in some critical situations, and that was big for us. But we know with the type of players Booker T was putting out on the field, the McCorders, the Hills, those type of guys, that it only takes one play for them to score. So we were going to have to keep the hammer down, continue to score on offense, and continue to pin our ears back on defense.
How big was that fumble?
Well, I think it was probably a turning point in the game, because they're going in to tie the game up, and who knows? But we get the ball back, and we're able to get it out of there, and get some breathing room, and eventually traded field position battles, and eventually go up 2 scores there, and be up 2 scores at halftime as opposed to tied. So I think it was tremendous.
All right, so the Spartans are going to double up the score that they got at halftime to finish out the game. Let's see how we got their second half highlights at S.E. Williams Stadium.
Yeah, coming back here, we run a lot of power schemes right here. This is a direct snap to Tucker on the stretch play right here. Tucker does a good job of making some guys miss, picking up some extra yardage. Tucker over 1,000 yards on in fact, Tucker's about 1,400 yards on the season rushing right now. Stretch play right there does a good job. Tanner actually running the bluff play right there to Tucker and pulling it down and picking up 7 or 8 on himself. Running the power play right there, the old school. You'll see it every weekend on Sundays. Block down and kick out, and our guys did a good job of it right there. You'll notice Isaiah Lakin from his guard position, Josh Owens on the down block, Isaiah wrapping around. We get 2 guys in the gap there, and it's beneficial for us. That defense rallying up, and they could sense blood in the water. Our defense just continued to pick up the tempo and play harder and harder and harder as the game went on, and they knew the shutout was near, and that's big. You'll notice Ethan Hall right there. Those hits down there on the field, you should hear them just violent. And right there, Cody Adams with some pressure, and then Kobe Tillman from his linebacker position. Kobe having 20 tackles on the night, just an unbelievable night. Three sacks. Coming back right here, we run the stretch play, get that short edge. Tucker doing a good job, and finally McCorder is able to drag him down on about the 5-yard line. Come back, and Tanner drops back and gets a little bit of pressure right here, makes a wise decision. And once again, Tanner, a lot of people don't understand how fast Tanner is, but he's able to pull the ball down and get his first touchdown on the evening. Cody Adams right there, flushing them. Ethan Hall, Kobe Tillman, Cade Cannon, all rallying around the ball. Booker T a little hampered with their starting quarterback out, but I tell you what, our guys adjusted well. We had to practice those 2 game plans. Kobe Tillman on another one of his 20 tackles. Kobe and Cade with a big hit right there on the quarterback, rallying it up with a great tackle. That's Cade Cavender out there from his corner position. Tanner doing a good job right here, finding the shallow route to Drake Allen and man coverage. Usually that'll come open if we can protect long enough. Run the toss play right here to Tucker. Tucker doing a good job of staying in bounds. At this point in the game, we're talking about get up slow, keep the ball in bounds, continue to run the clock, shorten the game as much as possible, get that defense out. You'll notice Brendan Evers with just tremendous push. Cody Adams, violent hit right there, just a lot of white shirts around the ball. Coming back, screen pass. Chandler Price does a good job of retracing, making the interception, and the defensive lineman's dream right here. Scores. Unfortunately, he won't be telling his grandkids that it was called back on a holding penalty, but that takes us into the final 28-0 mark.
Wow, that was impressive, and not just the win, but Chandler's run all the way in, and you hate to see that come back. Let's take a look at final stats because it was an impressive night all the way around.
Yeah, you know, the big impressive stat is the zero, the big shutout, obviously, but 28-0, the final score. We had 17 first downs to Booker T 6, 334 yards of total offense to 123. 129 of that through the air, 205 on the ground. Penalties, we had a few too many penalties, some critical holding penalties in the first half. We had 8 penalties for 60 yards, so they're 5 for 45. And then the turnover margin, that's always a big deal. We had 1 turnover and Booker T had 3, so we won the turnover margin. Passing, Tanner was 13 of 25 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night. Rushing, Tucker 34 carries for 198 and 1 TD. What a big night for Tucker, so proud of him. Braden Roller coming in and getting behind that first offensive line, 7 carries for 12 yards receiving. Nick Swanson had 6 catches for 58 yards. As I mentioned, going over 1,000 yards on the season, 2 touchdowns. Eric Calton-Watkins, 2 grabs for 17 yards. Brennan Presley, 2 catches for 14. Staten King, 1 reception for 15 yards. Defensively, Kobe, just a tremendous night. 20 tackles, 3 sacks. I mean, he was all over the place. Ethan Hall having a big night as well, 11 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. Cody Adams, 8 tackles, 1 sack. Chandler Price, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception. Just so proud of that defensive unit, what those guys are doing, what Coach Flowers and our defensive staff are doing, game plan perspective each week. I just couldn't be more happy with what those guys are doing.
All right, outstanding win. Now it's going to be on to Sand Springs. We're going to have some time to talk about Sand Springs when we talk about the youth team of the week coming up a little bit later on in the show. Now, when we come back, we'll have the guy that almost, well, he took it to the house, just came back, but had a great game, and he's having a great year. We'll have our Raising Cane's Player of the Week.
Want to know how to get the highest car payment possible? By taking whatever loan rate you're offered and doing zero research. My advice, shop for a loan that's right for you. I'd start at Communication Federal Credit Union. We've very competitive rates, and right now, you'll roll off the lot with no payment for the first 3 months. Come to us first. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
Thousands of Oklahomans have relied on a roofing company who has built its reputation on trust. Roofscapes Exteriors knows that a roof isn't just a roof, and a customer isn't just a customer.
We loved dealing with the same point of contact from start to finish. The whole experience was just perfect.
A roof not only insulates and protects your home and family, it's nearly half of the visible appearance of your home. Contact Roofscapes Exteriors today, 918-364-ROOF.
Green Country Mitsubishi Buy One Drive One sale going on now. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi. 2017 7-passenger Outlander, sporty with advanced safety features, only $367 a month. For 2 cars with 0 down. Plus the Rockstar 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Online at gcmitsubishi.com.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Welcome back to the Bixby Spartan Coaches Show, and it's time for our Raising Cane's Player of the Week. And this year, this week, a senior. It's Chandler Price, defensive tackle. And Chandler, your first year to start, how excited were you when the season got going?
Oh, I was pretty excited. It seemed like a long time coming, and I don't know what else.
Well, you've been playing a long time. Let's talk about it. When did you get started playing?
I started playing back in 1st grade.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So long road, and each year you're wanting to get more and more playing time, You've known all these guys for a long time, too. What's that like to play with guys over a long period of time?
Oh, it just helps fuel the bond and the teamwork and the chemistry that we all have, and that's just what helps us go out each week and just keep winning. All right.
Well, now we are talking about team. We get that, but individually we have to point out something. The interception.
Yeah.
That's last week against Booker T. Now is that a dream come true? Is it really that big a deal? Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was at least. Yeah, I've been dreaming about that moment for a while now.
Okay.
Yep.
And you dreamt obviously about taking it, what, 39 yards to the house?
Yeah. Didn't dream about the holding call, but
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, we can just wipe that off. Just edit that one out. Okay, now, you've obviously been working hard, playing a long time, playing football. There comes a time when, hey, you move on. Do something a little bit different now. You're planning to go to Oklahoma State? And,
yes, sir. And
just
I plan
go to
on
school?
majoring in accounting.
Okay, all right. So a numbers guy.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what you're probably watching your own stats, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I am.
All right, so good luck to you. Chandler, we appreciate you coming on, bud.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Best of luck to you the rest of the time. And that's Chandler Price. We'll come back, and we will talk with our Youth Team of the Week.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks, but not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers!
I met James through church.
And now we're actually neighbors. Brandon was always saying that TTCU was different, so I researched it and then we opened an account.
Right now, you can get $100 opening a new checking account, online or in person.
Sometimes when the big banks offer an incentive, it's because the customer service isn't so good. But TTCU is local, you get great service, and they're making an impact on the community. They're just easier to work with, not-for-profit, member-owned TTCU.
Can I let you in on a secret? Moving's a pain. There's contracts to read, realtors to hire, buying, selling, closing, movers, packing, switching insurance, change of address postcards, and on and on and on. Don't let worrying about your new home loan add to the trouble. Let a CFCU home loan expert find the right loan for you with payments that fit your life. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Welcome back to the show, and it's time for our Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week. And this time we decided to stay with the school ball, and like we've done with the 9th grade, we'll go to the 8th grade. And hey, it's the time you first get your hands on them. You know, you've seen them a little bit in 7th grade, but 8th grade, they're in-house.
Yeah, it's awesome. Mike Rogers, our head coach, he's coached here a long time. His dad was a head football coach here. His grandpa was a head coach here, and he understands what we're trying to do. His mission is to get as many kids onto high school football as possible, and I think Mike does a good job of that. This year, as a matter of fact, we only started with about 35 players, and Mike went to the hallways recruiting and brought out about 15 more guys, that some who have never played football. Ended up having a really good football season. You know, a few of those guys that were big impact players, Mason Williams, a certain kid named Nick Waddell, who you may know, Braden Weaver, Noah Shepard, Colby Pirtle, all guys that were very, very good and instrumental in a really good 8th grade season, and I think they had a lot of fun. Want to comment, Mike is our only full-time 8th grade coach. Our other 3 guys are high school assistants. We practice in 8th grade in first hour, and I think it's a big deal for our guys to get the varsity level coaches and get hands-on and get varsity relationships with those varsity coaches. But Corbin Burchett, our offensive and defensive line coach. You've got Kelby Bohannon, our defensive backs coach, wide receivers coach with the 8th grade too, and then Coach Douglas, Brian Douglas, our linebackers coach. Those guys just have the kids' best interest in heart, focus on technique. They spend one day a week where they don't work any scheme at all. They're working basic football fundamentals, and we saw it down the line. They ended up beating a really good Union 8th grade team and winning some other key matchups along the way. So very proud of that 8th grade bunch.
Well, and that's one of those things it's good for success down the road against, you know, programs that you may see. To have success at a young age, and I know that one kid that you talked about, Nick Waddell, yeah, he mentioned, you know, having those coaches from the top on down, it does help.
Yeah, well, you know, I can't tell you how many times we sat in the office and Coach Birch has told me, well, we need to look out for this with this kid because he has this going on with his family, or this kid's really good at this, and so we have those relationships. Or the first day of practice, when you notice maybe one of the players you had high hopes for isn't there. The coach recognizes it. We have the ability to go out and recruit that player, you know, back out, you know, for whatever reason he wasn't there. So I think it's important, and I think it's a unique setup. And then those guys are in the weight room right now, first hour, already lifting and preparing for next year with our varsity strength staff. So that's a big time thing for our program, Mark.
Now, on strength and conditioning, this is when the rubber meets the road. Now you've got one more district game. You're heading into the playoffs. Physically, your guys look like it's week one, they're top shape.
Well, I hope so. You know, it's a long, grueling football season, but we lift weights all during the season. In fact, you know, Kobe Tillman, Cody Adams, Pierce Hibbelin, I could go on, Bryce Bray, Colton Tafoya, all those guys, I saw them in the weight room last Monday squatting over 400 pounds during the season, and I think it just it allows our players, hopefully, to prevent against some of the injuries and recover faster. And then I think when you see in the trenches, you see a more physical brand of football when your guys are stronger. We believe in that here.
All right, speaking of physical, now that you're going back, this is your old team, Sand Springs. You've had some dogfights with them too. I mean, just to throw some spice in the gumbo, this is a team you had some knockdown, drag-out type games with. This is a big game,
yeah,
no matter what.
Without a doubt. If you remember last year, Week 10, 0-20, they shut us out at their place, and then we had the rematch for the state championship game. So Sand Springs is a tough, well-coached football team. Dustin Kennard does a great job over there of getting his guys to play hard, to buy in, and he's a tough guy with a tough mentality. And you see that with her kids out on the field on Friday nights. They just don't quit, and you saw evidence of that in their game against Muskogee.
Yeah, and really it's come down. You and Muskogee, Sand Springs, I mean, this is it's a tough district.
It is. There's a lot of very good football teams. I think, you know, for whatever rankings are worth, if you take a look at it, the top 4 teams are all from this district over here. So a lot of good football, but I think down the stretch, that's good for our kids. That's good for Oklahoma football, and it's good for the fans on Friday nights. And
you've gotten a couple of, you know, 2 games looks at them last couple of years. Now, last year, obviously, playing them in the state championship. Year before, you had the Donnybrook here at Lee Snyder Field, and then you played them again in the playoffs, so you're very familiar with them for a lot of reasons. All right, 7 o'clock, Lee Snyder Field, Sand Springs Sandites, and the Bixby Spartans. Have a great week.
The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Green Country Mitsubishi. We dare you to compare. Communication Federal Credit Union. Connection with you. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love for the game. Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Midwest Sporting Goods. Put some Midwest best on you. Jim Norton Toyota. Come experience the Jim Norton way. Car Country by Nelson, where you'll be treated like a superstar. Matthews Ford. Go further with Matthews Ford. Hot Coffee Design. Find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Roofscapes Exteriors, a roofing company you can trust. And by TTCU, the credit union.